Hello everybody, welcome back to Discussion the Show. I'm your girl Bria Van Kooten. Yes, it has been a while since I have been here with a new video, but we are back with another Real Housewives chat. It's been a lot going on in the Real Housewives community. We have Potomac on right now, Salt Lake City, and Miami on right now. And yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot going on in all three franchises. We're gonna go through each franchise and talk about what's been going on and what I feel and how I feel. Definitely comment down below, let me know what you think of all three if you watch. Of course, subscribe to the channel, like the video, go check out the previous videos that I posted. Let's get into the video. Alright y'all, so first things first, we're gonna start off with Real Housewives of Potomac. They are into the season, very much into the season, and yeah, Potomac, it's a lot going on. It's definitely a lot going on this season. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go through each housewife and talk about what's going on with each of them and the connection with everybody else. So first, I'm looking at their photos so that I can remember who to talk about, but first we got Ashley. So Ashley is going through her divorce with Michael. I'm using air quotes because if you watch this season, you know, is it a divorce? Is it not a divorce? It's a little mixy. We don't really know what's going on. She says yes, it's a divorce, but then her and Michael have an LLC together. They're gonna buy a house together. She don't know if she really wants to leave him because she doesn't want to be a single mom, but you're already a single mom anyways because I'm pretty sure she mostly takes care of them over Michael. From what we seeing on the screen is giving very much Ashley been taking care of them, you know? But, yeah. Obviously, us as the viewers, we're watching and we're like, yes, leave him, leave him, leave him. Leave him, because a lot of us been waiting for this moment. Because we don't see what Ashley saw. Well, we know what she saw. Cha-ching, cha-ching, from what we see. But I just didn't see it for them. From season 1, I didn't see it for them, you know? So that's what's going on with Ashley. Shout out to Uncle Lump, because Uncle Lump be putting that thing, like he be putting that pressure on her. He be holding her accountable. He be telling her the truth. And shout out to Uncle Lump because he says what we, the viewers, are saying while watching the show. And I love that. And then the last episode, she had her crocodile tears, crying like she's not gonna have support, and I'm like, Ashley, your family is so supportive, so what are you talking about? Like, I don't get it, and you'll be fine. Like, come on, you have money coming in, you can get a house and take care of your kids, like, come on. So yes, what else? So then Ashley, another connection with Ashley, she brings up about Chris, Candace's husband, DMing her, which I'm like, girl, Chris did not DM you. He literally replied to her story. So different things. She made it seem like Chris went, looked up Ashley Darby, DM. No, he replied to a story because he follows you. He watched your story. He replied to your story saying, hey, you should have been here. Now, she not knowing that he is the general manager of this hotel. And he's like, you should have been here. Like, promote my hotel, not at this place. So, of course, to bring the drama in the show, she's telling Candace, you know, Chris was in my DMs. And then, of course, Candace now dispels that. And then later on, she brings up that Chris tried to hit on one of her friends. And we like, y'all just pulling just to bring Chris down. And I don't know why, because Chris seems really cool. He seems really friendly. And he never gave me anything like he was some shady, slimy character. Like, it never gave that. Like, so all of them bringing up little things. Ashley bringing up things. Mia talking about Chris was looking at her. Then Bravo comes. Chris not looking at Mia. Key. And then Giselle talking about Chris made her feel uncomfortable. Like, y'all really pulling to try to bring Chris down, and thank God we're not here for it. Me, the viewers, us watching, we're like, Chris, no. He don't want none of y'all. Like, come on. None of y'all. And we on Chris's side, Team Chris, because no, we don't see it. We don't see it for y'all. We don't see it for y'all at all. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with Miss Ashley for this season. Ooh. you know, executive. I'm gonna give her a little exec because she recorded the conversation in the car when they were in Miami. Is that against the law to like record somebody without them knowing? I feel like it is. But, you know, for Real Housewives' sake, we got the footage and Ashley recorded that. But yes, let me know. Is that against the law? The lawyers out there. I think it is, but I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know. Let me know. But yes, next person we have is my girl, my fave, Miss Candice Dillard-Bassett. And Candy this season, you know, that's my girl. I don't care what y'all have to say. That's my fave. And she's hilarious. Her reads are hilarious. Bulbous ass forehead. I still have that in my head. Yo, and then Miss Dorothy shading Giselle last episode with the snake. It was a snake in her yard. She was having a party to celebrate her getting another degree, her master's. And the snake was in the yard. And Miss Dorothy goes, Candice, I thought you said Giselle wasn't coming. I was like, yo, this is where Candice gets it from. The shade. The shade. But that was funny. So this season, Candice, we started off, she's going through IVF to freeze her eggs because she's not ready right now to be pregnant. But of course, she's getting older. You know, as women, as you get older, your eggs become less. So she's freezing her eggs. So then when she's ready, she's able to have a baby with Chris. So we see that. We see her going through that, the injections and all that. Then we see her, of course, like I said, she had her party for her degree. And then she's working on her career, which I'm super happy for her. We see her in the studio with Trina when they're in Miami. She has a new song out called Insecure. The music video is coming out this Sunday. Definitely follow me on my music channel. Subscribe to my music channel, Bria Loves Music. I'll link it up here in the cards because I've been talking about her song. I'm going to talk about the music video this Sunday, so follow me. Check that out. But, yeah, so that's what's going on with Candice. Her dragging these hoes because Giselle came to her talking about Chris made her feel uncomfortable at the reunion. And, of course, like I said, Ashley came to her saying some BS. And I just feel like the whole, so far in the season, Ashley has to keep defending herself and being team one against everybody. And she's holding her own. One thing about it, my girl Candice holds her own. Like, she can hold her own against all of them. And then also when they were in Miami, Robin brought a damn speaker to the center of the table to talk about Candice talking about them on a live. And I'm like, girl, you did too much because, first of all, the live is still up till this day. We can go on Candice's Instagram and watch the live. So, one, it's up. Two, she recorded, it's a live, an Instagram live. It's public. Anybody could see it. If she really cared, she wouldn't have made it public and have it up. So she didn't care if y'all saw it, obviously. It's public knowledge. Y'all could go and see it. So it was just like, Robin, you did a lot for nothing, girl. Because we was looking at you crazy. So my girl just have to keep defending herself all season. And then, of course, we had the thing where Ashley is like, well, you said Karen was out with this man and this man. Candice denied it at the table. But last episode, she admitted to Karen that she did say that and she was sorry. And yeah, so that's what's going on with my girl Candice. Definitely happy for her. Her getting her degree popping, getting her eggs popping, and getting her music career popping. So here for that. Then we get into Miss Robin. So the beginning of the season, I thought Robin was gonna be my girl. I thought. From season 1 to now, I did not care for Miss Robin. I did not care for Robin at all. She just got on my nerves every single season. Something about her I just did not care for. This season, it started off where it seemed like she had some sense. And I was like, maybe I might be on Robin's side this season. And then it was gone. It was lost. She lost me. She lost me because the whole Wendy thing at the table with Miami and them blaming Wendy when Mia's the one who started it. And then her bringing up the Sonos speaker. And the only thing I was on her side for is when she was on Chris's side about the whole Giselle and stuff. I was on her side for that. She had me for a moment with that. And then she lied when they were at the dance class and Charisse corroborated the story about her running up on Wendy. And she said, I didn't run up on you. And she did. She did run up. So I can't wait for the reunion for that moment. I hope Andy brings that up, but yes, you did run up on Wendy. So Robin, again, like I said, I never cared for her. She had me for a moment, but yeah, I don't care for Miss Robin. All right, next we have Karen, the grande dame, my girl Karen. So this season on Karen's life, she is growing her empire, of course. We see her now preparing for her live show, which we don't know what it really is, but we're going to support her because it's Karen. She started off the season with her spring party, springing into New Beginnings party, and that's how we started off the season. Then we see her turning 59. She's trying to celebrate in Miami. She might as well have stayed in Potomac with Ray, honestly, because I would have hated if that was my birthday and that's how my birthday turned out, because it was a mess. Like, so I would have just stayed at home with Ray and celebrated my birthday because it was giving mess. And then of course her and like Charisse's little vibe from Karen and Charisse is hilarious because Karen is playing her dust. And it's just hilarious and shady. Like, she's trying to be nice, but at the same time, she don't like Charisse and she don't care for her. So it's giving very much shade moment. And it's hilarious. Like, when they were going to Miami and the camera zoomed in on Karen's face and she was like, to Charisse, it just is not giving. And Charisse is back this season. That's another person. Let's talk about Charisse. Charisse is back. She's a friend of. There's a lot of moments where I'm like, why is she here? And especially when she's like, oh, you're taking over our moment, our trip, or whatever, like our group. Like, girl, you're not even in the main cast. How was it your group? Like, you know. And I have nothing against Charisse. I think season 1 she was cool, and season 2 she was cool when she came on, but I have nothing against Charisse. But it's just moments where I'm watching this season and I'm like, why is she here? There's like little moments I'm like, why is she here? Because I just feel like she's just there, you know. But yes, next person, let's get into Miss Gizelle Bryant. Gizelle. So this season, of course, we started off with Gizelle saying Chris made her feel uncomfortable, which, not to say I don't believe women, because I always like to make sure I believe women. Anytime a woman says she feels uncomfortable or something happens, I want to be on the woman's side, always. But in this scenario, I don't think that was Chris's intentions to make her feel uncomfortable, you know? And it is proven that Gizelle was the one to say, let's go to my dressing room. So I just don't believe that Chris wanted to make her feel uncomfortable or put her in a predicament where she feels uncomfortable. He was just trying to stick up for his wife, and that's what it is. And he looked at Gizelle. He looks at all the women, but mostly really Gizelle as like, oh, that's my sis. Like, Gizelle's my sis. We cool, you know? So he's cooked for Gizelle. He said how much he loves Gizelle. Gizelle was always at Candace's place. Like, they got really close. So he didn't look at it. He looks at it like, oh, that's my sis. Like, I could talk to her. We can hang out, whatever. So for them to spin it and say Chris was doing this and doing that and all that is just weird behavior. But yeah, so that's what's going on with Gizelle. Also, she planned the party for Adore and Angel, which is super cute. I love seeing Gizelle with her daughters. Like, that's my favorite moments on the show, is her with Angel, Adore, and Grace. I love to see it. And I love just seeing Angel, Adore, and Grace shade the hell out of her because it's always funny. But yeah, she planned their Sweet 16, which was super cute to see. She had the little moment with little section with just Angel and Adore and their friends, and then she had a little section with her and her friends. That was cute. And then she did her little speech. Jamal was there, of course. That is their father. Then what else is going on? What else is going on? I'm just disappointed in the whole Gizelle and Robin thing with Wendy and the Mia situation. We're going to talk about that soon because, of course, we're getting to Mia and Wendy. So let's talk about Wendy first. Dr. Wendy. We see her planning a restaurant with Mr. Peter Thomas. Peter pops up. Peter pops up again. Like, I'm like, I hope Bravo's paying him really well because Peter gonna pop up at any place. I hope they pay him a check because I'm like, sir, why are we seeing you again? But he wanted to do this restaurant, Wendy's African kind of restaurant, and He talked about he telling Mia he was mad at Wendy because Wendy didn't sign some agreement, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, looking at Peter's track record, I would not want to go into business with Peter Thomas. Like, we have seen his track record. We watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. We see what happened with him and Cynthia and their money. Like, you know, I think it was something Wendy had an idea of. She's like, and then she thought about it. She was like, nah. Like, it was given very much that. But for him to be messy and be like, tell Mia, oh, I have a problem with your girl, da-da-da. She didn't come to my city. Your city? Miami? Sorry, you are Jamaican. Your city is Kingston. Like, stop playing. Stop playing with me. Like, no. So he come to my city and then contact me. I was like, no, sir. But yeah, so that was Wendy's beginning of the story. Her and Robin are still not clicking from last season. And Robin is just doing the most with her and Wendy. Like, she's doing the most. And then, so then let's get into Mia. Mia's this season. We see her bringing her friend Jacqueline. And we know now her and Jacqueline, they're not friends anymore. So it's funny to see Mia's best friend, in quotes, anytime they put Jacqueline's name. But yeah, Mia, like I said, last season, I don't care for Mia. I wish she only had one season and we didn't have to see her again this season, but she's here. Yeah. What I gotta say about Mia? She opened a new chiropractic thing. She said Chris was staring at her. Bravo said, no ma'am. She took them to Miami, which is given very much low budget. For a Bravo trip, it gave very much low budget. It gave, because you know when they do Bravo trips, we know Bravo paid. But for this one, it was given very much Mia paid. Like, Mia did everything and Bravo didn't have nothing to do with it because the damn rowboat shit and the sandwiches, like, and then when Real Houses in Miami start and we see the luxury in Miami, it's like, this is the trip y'all had in Potomac to go to Miami. Like, y'all should have had Marisol, Larsa, Alexia, Adriana, all of them take you to Miami because it wasn't giving. It wasn't giving. But let's get into the little beef with Mia and Wendy. So, like I said, Peter gonna go tell Mia that he has beef with Wendy. Wendy's gonna bring it up. I mean, Mia brings it up at the table when they're having dinner. She throws a drink at Wendy, and you expect Wendy not to react. Like, and then you gonna throw your bag at her, and you expect her not to react. And what pissed me off with Giselle and Robin is that now they blaming this fight on Wendy. And I'm like, Mia is the one who started it. But it's really just the shade that Robin don't like Wendy. So she's like, oh, I'm going to blame Wendy because I don't like her right now. And it's just really upsetting because no matter what, if I don't care for somebody or I'm not talking to them, right is right and wrong is wrong. Mia started that whole situation and they expected Wendy not to get mad. And that's what really pissed me off. And then they ostracized her from the group and pushed her away from the group. Oh, she can't stay in the house, or she can't do this, or she can't, oh, Ashley and Candace, y'all can't stay in my Mia. Y'all can't stay in the house because y'all gonna go visit Wendy. Like, what? She came on a girls trip with you all. So it was very, very messy. I love that Wendy just left. She was like, I'm leaving. I love that. Go get your own hotel, girl, and stay over there. But that whole situation pissed me off. And then, like, Mia, you did the most for the least. And then she gonna be mad she broke her nail. She did this. That was your fault that you broke your nail. That was your fault. Like, that whole situation, that was Mia's fault. So for Wendy to get blamed for it, and then for Wendy to come back and apologize, and Mia not. When Mia started this, it was really sickening to me. Really sickening. So overall, this season of Potomac, I'm gonna say, like, those Miami episodes were very hard to watch and very draining. Like, it drained me. In the words of Marlo, to death, it was draining because I really was sitting there like, it wasn't enjoyable. And I love Potomac. Those episodes in Miami was just very toxic and draining for me to watch. So yeah, y'all, next we're gonna get into the Real Housewives of Miami, which started back last week. So last week, It's, if you don't know, Real Housewives of Miami is on Peacock, which I love because I think the quality on Peacock is so good and their budget is really good because the cinematography on Real Housewives of Miami tops any other housewife on the Bravo channel. Like, the cinematography of Real Housewives of Miami and Dubai is so good. Their budget with the cinematography is eating. So Miami started last week. They started off with 4 episodes last week, and then this week they had 1. I hate when they do that because you get excited, 4 episodes back to back, and then boom, here you go, 1. So we got 5 episodes so far. This season it's been funny, it's been good, but it's been sad, of course, watching Lisa and this man Leonard go through their drama. But yeah, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start off with each housewife and go through it. So we have, I'm looking at their pictures, we have Gertie. So Gertie, my girl, got the best interior designer for, I think it was Vogue. Was it Vogue? I can't remember which magazine or which publication. But anyways, best interior designer. Kudos to Gertie. Shout out to her. And I love to see it. Black woman doing the damn thing. I love to see it because Alexia was trying to put her off as like there's a bad interior designer because Gertie wasn't going for what she wanted, you know? So love to see it. Then we have Julia. Julia this season so far, she is an empty nester now. The kids are out of the house. It's just her and Martina, and she's having a hard time. For me, I see now that the kids are gone, the kids were probably like a crutch between her and Martina, and now that the kids are gone, she's seeing both of them on both sides, because you could see Martina's kind of annoyed with Julia, and Julia is annoyed with Martina. So I feel like you could tell they really don't have that connection. I didn't see them when they first got married, but you can tell there's no connection between them since the kids are gone. Like, their connection was probably the kids. Well, at least on Julia's side, the connection was the kids. Martina seems like she's, you know, she's traveling, she's doing this, she's doing her own thing. And then Julia, they don't seem like a match to me. I don't know how they were when they first got married, but watching it on the show, Julia, of course, she loves animals, she has a farm, all that, and Martina don't seem interested in none of that. So, I don't know. I don't see the bond. Even last season, honestly, I really didn't see the connection in the bond. But this season, to me, it has been open and exposed a little bit more. Of course, we see her daughter, the last episode, today's episode, we see her daughter Emma come home back from Paris. She's in Paris for her last year of high school. She's with her dad. And you could tell how happy she was to have somebody else in the house besides Martina. Like, she was just so happy. And of course, it's her daughter, but you could tell she just like, oh, somebody else. I don't have to just talk to Martina. Like, it was giving very much that. And yeah, because it was just, it's not, because they're, I don't know, they're arguing over eggs and just stupid shit that don't make any sense to me. So yeah, that's what's going on with Julia. It was hilarious when she brought her goat. They had a, who had a dog party? Was that Larsa? I think it was Larsa that had the 1 year birthday for her dog, and Julia brings her goat, Elvis. That was funny. Julia's funny. But yes, next, oh, my girl, we have Lisa. So my girl is going through it. It's crazy how Bravo has captured the demise of her and Lenny's relationship, because we started off the season with them showing like the drama, and of course they like 4 weeks earlier, a month earlier, 2 months earlier to show like how it led up to the divorce. But we literally have watched from episode 1 to 5 like the demise of everything. We see Lisa happy, she's like, we're doing great, our marriage is doing great, and I'm me watching, of course us as the viewers, I know I'm not the only one that was watching, it was like, oh, because we knew what was coming. But yeah, it's very sad to see. But I think Lisa, that's my girl. Something about her she just gives for me. Like, I don't know, she just gives for me. But so yeah, starting off the season, her and Larsa to get into it because Lisa calls the apartment that Larsa's living like for the pimps and the hoes and the prostitutes. It was fun shade. And then of course now Larsa goes in and is like, but you have this mortgage, you have this mortgage, and you know you're rich when you're arguing over if you have a mortgage or not. Like, it's like, girl, what? Like, it's not a bad thing to have a mortgage. Like, you own a home. Come on. Like, it's okay. But, like, I'm like, y'all these rich bitches arguing over who got a mortgage and who don't. If you got a mortgage, you got multiple mortgages. You're renting out your house, blah, blah, blah. Like, come on. It's okay. Like, hilarious. And then, so then we see. But looking at, okay, I've watched Real Housewives of Miami from the beginning. And just Lenny never seemed into his marriage to me. Just, I said this before in a previous video, he just never gave, like, he was into it. I don't know. It gave very much, he checked out a long time ago. Since before, I think like season 2, season 3, he seemed like he checked out of his marriage that long ago. So, it's really not a shock to me that he has another woman. It's just a shock to me of how he went about it. Like, yes, say, okay, I want to move on. I want to leave my marriage. Tell her that. But to go in the way of, like, embarrassing her is where I do not like. Like, with the hot mic moment of him talking about, oh, I haven't been sleeping with Lisa because I'll be cheating on the person I really care about. Like, you talk about you gonna cheat on your mistress if you sleep with your wife? Like, are you kidding me? Like... And I feel like he did that on purpose. He knew he was mic'd up. Talk about, oh, that's why I'm whispering. Boy, you have a mic on. Like, no matter if you whisper, we are hearing you, sir. See, he did that on purpose to embarrass my girl. Like, I just don't like the tactic of trying to embarrass Lisa. That's what's really pissing me off. Like, tell her, oh, I want to move on. I don't want to be in a relationship no more. Rather than trying to embarrass her. And then we see, like, later on in the season, he's going to be telling her to, like, get out. He's in the bed looking real just angry. I'm like, you could have went about this a different way, sir. Like, I do not like it. I do not like it. And he's making it seem like it's Lisa's fault. Like, you made her this trophy wife. You wanted this trophy wife, stay at home, have the kids. You made it that way. So for now to you to flip the switch and be like, because we don't really know, but how he making it look, because I was reading, like, his messages and stuff, how, like, Lisa, he's just been taking care of her, he's been funding her lifestyle. It's like, that's what you wanted. So how you mad now? Like, that's what's really pissing me off. Like, some men are really crazy and trifling. Like, and then this episode, this new episode with Lisa calling him because she's going to the Keys, and the babysitter now has to go home because she's not feeling good. And she calls him and he's like, oh, I want to go play tennis. But go watch your kids. Like, that's your kids. He making it seem, oh, if I have to go watch them, I'll watch them. But I would prefer if you find somebody else. I'm like, no, he's not saying that right now. When he wanted these kids, he's the reason why they have kids, because he wanted these kids and now he don't want these kids. And when I tell you, Logan is the cutest little boy. He is so freaking cute. Elle is cute. Oh my God. I'm just like, oh, yo, he's really trifling for that. That's gonna break my heart to continue watching the season and see Lisa be treated like shit. It's gonna really bother me just to see it, because he's really ain't shit. He's really trifling for the way he's going about this situation. I hope Lisa takes half of everything. I hope she get the house. And I hope she moves on and find a man that's going to treat her well. Next, we're going to move on. We have Nicole. Nicole is just a rich bitch. Like, a rich, fly bitch. And I'm here for her, okay? Like, last season, I don't think I saw her power. But this season, I'm like, nah, Nicole... she's an it girl, because she just fly to me. Like, this last episode, she was in this, like, mesh bikini thing with the headscarf, and, like, she just looks so good. And then with the last week's episode where she pulled up to the pool party in a boat. Like, she pulled up in a boat. Everybody drove in. My girl pulled up in a boat. Do you all understand how rich and fly that is? Goals, okay? Goals. But yes, Nicole, we see her struggling still with her dad, which I don't blame her at all, because it does not seem like her dad wants to change. And he's making her look like she's the problem, and I don't like that. Like, you are the father. I don't think Nicole should be running after him. I'm sorry. That's just me. I feel like it should be a two-way street, because Nicole has been trying. So now at this point, you as the father, you should be trying. Y'all have to meet each other somewhere in the middle. And it don't seem like he wants to budge and he don't want to change. And Nicole is like, whatever. Like, at that point, you can have a relationship with your grandson, but I'm over here, you know? And then, so yeah, and I'm pretty sure she's planning her wedding. My boy Anthony gave talk about, oh, you have a budget of 100K. Like, 100K for an engagement party? Sir. Yes, honey. Like, he made it seem like he's talking about 10K. He said 100K for engagement party. If that's the engagement party, I just want to know what the wedding is, okay? I'm excited to see her plan this engagement party at her wedding because, like I said, she's a rich fly bitch, so I'm ready. All right. Next, we got into Miss Alexia. So starting off the season, Alexia, she had her wedding party. She already got married to Todd. We see her have the party on the yacht, which was beautiful. And then we see her relationship more with Frankie. I love her relationship with Frankie. Frankie is so cute. Like, the way he was picking out her outfits and the way he was telling the women that they were beautiful. I'm like, oh, Frankie. And then we see her have, like, a sit-down with Peter. And then Peter, he had, like, an altercation with his girlfriend. And she's just, you know, she's worried, of course, being a mother. But one thing about Alexia, what I noticed in this latest episode, she ride or die for her friends. Like, the way she was going off, like she was about to go to Lenny and drag him out the house. Because they went to the Keys, and then Lisa was telling them how Lenny said he wanted a divorce. He has a new woman. You're going to watch me date. You need to go, you need to go find a house for you and the kids. Like, that's not his kids, bro. And Alexia, when she starts speaking in Spanish, you know she's pissed. My girl Sarah started speaking in Spanish and she was going off. She was ready to go ride out for Lisa at dawn, all right? So I was like, yes, Alexia, go off, all right? Next, we have Miss Larsa. So Larsa moved into a new place, a nice little penthouse with the kids, and she had a party. Then the New Beginnings party. And yeah, of course, like I said, the drama with her and Lisa on the first episode. We see Larsa dating. She's going on a date. We see her flirting. She was flirting a little with the dog guy, the dog trainer guy, which I was like, okay. Because she said she wants to give up, like, the athletes. We'll see how well that goes. You know whose apartment is fly? Alexia's. Alexia's apartment is so fly. And then they have the car garage in the apartment, in that penthouse. I'm like, yo, her house is fly. But yes, so two people that's not on here. We have Adriana, and we have that's not on the photo. It's Adriana and Marisol. My girls, okay? Because Adriana is just like a Latin lover, Latin mommy. Like, every time I see her, I just want to be like, like, it gives me very much that. But Adriana is hilarious. Her trolling Larsa about getting the butt job and all that. Like, I know she's trolling her so hard. And I love it. She's so funny to me. Like, and then her flirting with the guy, the boat guy, the captain. He was fine, too. The captain was fine. Love her flirting with the man. Like, Adriana just gives me very much good vibes. And then we got Marisol, another person that just gives me very much good vibes. And my girl Marisol always knows the tea. Like, she always knows the drama and the tea and what's going on. Even when they were in the car on the way to the Keys, I don't know, something about her look. Because she was like, I don't know, something different about Lisa. She gave me that look that she knew that something was going on between Lisa and Lenny. I don't know. That look that she gave, because one thing about Marisol, she knows the tea. But I love it. I love that my girl makes drinking her personality. One of her personalities. I'm here for it. That's my girl, okay? So we got Salt Lake City. We have my girls. So let's start off with Jen. You know, Jen Shaw. We're still waiting to see how long she has to go away. This season is just the build up and the lead up to that. I think they're supposed to be filming the reunion today, from what I know. But yeah, so Jen is toxic. Yes, we can admit that. Watching these past 3 seasons, she gives very much toxic vibes. And she doesn't like to hear anything bad about her. Once you say something, which is the truth, because they just not saying anything bad about her. They're telling her how they feel about her and the truth. And she just goes off. We see it. Angie K told her, you know, I didn't like how you did this. I did pay for the party, blah, blah, blah. What she do? Throw Angie's shoes overboard. She threw the charcuterie board overboard. Like, and we've seen her multiple times since season 1, throwing glasses and doing this and throwing and screaming. We seen a video of her a couple weeks ago in the middle of the streets yelling and screaming. Like, she has a pattern of doing this. So it's just like, girl, like, she has her moments where I'm like, no, I really like Jen, and then she has her moments where I'm just like, I would not want to be around her. Even tonight, Heather and Lisa are telling her, last night's episode, Heather and Lisa tell her how they feel and what she do, which I feel horrible for her. She brings up, oh, I try to kill myself, like, I try to commit suicide, and it's like, she's very much a deflector. They talk about what they feel, and then boom, this what happened, so you should shut up and feel bad for me. Like, that's what it was given, which I feel horrible. I'm glad she's okay, and I'm glad she did not go through with it, but it's like, baby, listen, change, you know? And I just feel like the girls walk on eggshells with Jen. They're scared to offend her, so they just, like Heather, she just, oh, I'm ride or die, hug, da-da-da, but you do have a lot to say about her, you know? So that's Jen. I wish her well. And then we have Lisa this season. We started off with her having rumors against her now that she's cheating on John for damn tickets for, what was it, the Jazz? You saw Jazz? But I'm like, baby, nobody's safe. Nobody's marriage is safe. Every season is going to be somebody is cheating on their husband. Because last season it was Meredith. And then we also had a rumor that Jen was cheating on Sharif. So nobody is safe. Honestly, nobody is safe. So at least of that. No, it was the outfit that Lisa had on the boat. She was fly with that leather top, the pants. She was fly with the shoes that she had pre-order. She's like, it better not be my shoes in the ocean. Because the way I would have been pissed if Jen threw my shoes in the middle of the ocean. And then for Angie to be like, oh, I love you hugging. Ain't no I love you hugging. Go get my shoes out of the ocean. Like, nah. Because it's really about the principle. You're not going to throw my shoes over in the ocean. Because if somebody had threw Jen's shoes over the ocean, it would have been World War III. World War IV. But yes, then we got my girl Meredith. Meredith, that's my girl. Okay? She going to read you down in a lawyer way. Meredith Marks Esquire, okay? With her coming up with the I Love New York mug and the I Love New York cap, I love it. I love her trolling the girls and trolling herself. Like, I am here for it. And the way she laughs, her laugh is a key. Anytime Meredith laughs, I'm going to laugh. Like, I'm gonna laugh. Then we have Heather. Heather this season, she was playing in a choir, which was so random. But hey, do you, boo. Choir had the girls audition. Then this last episode, her with this eye, somebody hit her. She got scars on her hand. Her eye is bulging. And that's how they ended the episode. So I'm like, I'm waiting for next week because I just want to know who hit this girl and what's going on. Or did she trip and fall? Like, what is going on? This has been the build up to see what happened to Heather. And then we have Whitney. This season, she has been working on her childhood trauma. And I am here for it. I'm here for her working on her childhood trauma. I am so here for it. I love to see people work on themselves. But I feel like in a lot of situations, she was blaming people for that. There's a lot of moments where she was. And that's what I don't like. Of course, I miss Mary. I wish she was still here. That's my girl. When Meredith said little girl in the last episode, when I tell you I screamed. I was like, no, not Mary. And then she started laughing because she knew what the tea was. I love it. Miss Mary. And then, of course, we have the Friends of. The Friends of have been clocked in this season. Angie K, Angie H, and Dana. They have been clocked in. Dana, she was letting them have last episode. Angie K talk about, I pay for that party. You didn't give me nothing. I paid $15K. That was your fault, though, Angie. No shade. That was your fault that you went and spent $15,000 without getting a check or anything. Sorry. Somebody is accused of fraud, and I'm gonna pay for a whole party for them. No, ma'am. Then we have Angie A. Sarah Paulson. I'm gonna call her Sarah Paulson always. I just don't. Her talk about, oh, we're grown women. But your husband is a grown man and he created a fake account to troll the girls. So you can't talk about we're grown women. We shouldn't be doing this. But yeah, y'all, that is my wrap up of Salt Lake City, Potomac, and Miami. What's been going on. Each franchise has been giving very much crazy Looney Tunes. It's been a lot going on. Like, woo! The trauma that I have watching these women. Like, it's hilarious. It's crazy. But it's been a lot going on this season on each franchise. The girls have been clocked in, all right? They have been giving us good TV. And I am here for it all. Of course, comment down below. Let me know what you think of each franchise. So let me know. Subscribe to the channel to see more. Like the video. Follow me on my social medias at Bria Van Kooten and at Discussion the Show. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Love. Deuces.